What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I just thought I'd come up in here, holla at y'all real quick, man. Some things that I wanted to see from the Cowboys. Mañana, tomorrow. You know, this is a game where we need to be taking care of business. And anything less of getting this business taken care of is a huge disappointment and a huge step back. So I just wrote a few things down, man, of what I wanted to see. I ain't gonna be here too long. Just wanted to chop it up, but you know how things go. I say I won't be here too long, then I end up being here for like 2 hours. You know how that go. But we'll see. We'll just go with the flow of this thing. But anywho, man, tomorrow, man, that can really, you know, early game, like I said, man, morning game, afternoon game, or wherever you at, business need to be taken care of, right? One of the things that I want to see tomorrow is coming from your wide receivers. Well, who missing? Stingley's missing. So with Stingley missing, is you just have Steven Nelson. And with Steven Nelson, I mean, Steven Nelson shouldn't be able to bang with none of your peoples, you know. So I would like to see Gallup to see how he continues to improve week by week. I want to see Gallup start looking more like Gallup as far as explosive wise, you know. Gallup has been here. He's been playing for what? A couple months now? You know, it's time to get it going now. You know, how long do you need? You know? I'm not saying like, man, I don't know, man. I think some of that things that's going on with Gallup. I'm not here on his body, man. Maybe he going through something, so I'm not really here to go ahead go. But I just think that it's just more than just his body not ready. I think his mind not ready with it. Because when I see him jog on routes and stuff like that, right? If you wasn't all the way ready, then why you just didn't take a few more weeks off? Did you allow the pressure of Jerry Jones that they set the timetable for you to come back? Is that why they didn't put you on what was it, the pup list? Because I need to start seeing my receivers get into form. Because one thing's for sure, we're gonna need Gallup come the end of the season, come playoff time. So I need Gallup to go ahead and get this thing together. Right? Like Odell said, man, I ain't about to be playing. I ain't ready to postseason. And say, for instance, if Odell was to be signed to a postseason team or even our team, and he out there balling, man, I'm not saying because people heal in different ways, but I believe that Michael Gallup is younger, so I want to see something. It's been over a year and some change now. Now I'm not really trying to compare. Like I'm doing my best not to try to compare him to others and comparing to others who have came back from this though. But I'm ready to see Michael Gallup though. If I just had to bring a long story short, I'm just ready to see Michael Gallup. That's all. Also, I'm looking for James Washington. I'm looking to see how James is going to look. I'm looking to see, him knocking off the rust. And look, the Texans is not good. So we need to be seeing. I want to see some snaps, man. I want to see James Washington get down tomorrow. I understand that he probably not going to get a full workload, which is understandable. He just came back, missed a lot of time. But I need to see something. They said you're supposed to be back in like late October. It's damn near Christmas time, right? Santa almost came down that chimney to get the milk and cookies already, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you came back. So that tells me that you're not the Grinch who stole Christmas. However, I think there's some pressure on James Washington to perform as the number 3 wide receiver. You know, see, look at it from James Washington perspective. So they like, yo, it ain't like they was waiting on James. Like, yeah, they was waiting on James, but James would have just been a plus to the equation. They like, yo, we think we need another wide receiver. So we going after Odell. We going at hopefully, we can get some contributions from Odell and move in that manner. So James Washington will take it as, you don't think I'm that guy? You don't think I can be the number 3 wide receiver in his offense? You not waiting on me? I'm going to be pushed back even more? So I would like to see James Washington have a chip on his shoulder and ball. And if I can get that number 3 projection from James, I'm cool. Like I said, I don't need to have names on his team. I just need production on his team. You make your name by producing. There came a point in time where somebody didn't know your name. There came a point in time where you was an undrafted, people didn't know Terrence Steele name, right? But now everybody and their mama know Terrence Steele because he made his name. People make their name all the time. Now, James Washington, you was a number 4 wide receiver, number 4, number 5 wide receiver over there in Pittsburgh. It's time to make your name as a complimentary wide receiver over here in Dallas, Texas. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't expect that man to be full-fledged, against the Texans. I don't know. I don't have like high expectations, but I expect to see when James Washington get back in the groove of things, this thing gonna look nice. That's what I'm looking for. Also, what I'm looking for is, how do we come out? Do we come out strong? Do we finish strong? I'm not judging it by the score of the game. I'm judging it by the quality of play. Because if we come out strong and finish strong, the score gonna take care of itself. The score gonna take care of itself. They ain't got no Stingley, they ain't got no Collins, and they ain't got no Brandon Cooks tomorrow. Them is major pieces to that team. That's like their talent. Remember, I told you there's like only like a handful of talented players really, really on that team. Well, this is 2 of them at least right here, Stingley and Cooks, and they're missing. And they missing 2 wide receivers. So it's just what, more? Some other bums. I don't know. I think Dorsett playing. So that'll be interesting to see Kelvin Joseph get some work against Dorsett against that speed. Because, that was the weakness of Anthony Brown, of him getting off the top, him getting beat up top. So I would love to see how Bland, Joseph, and whoever's after that, maybe it would be Wright or the other dude was Sheffield. I would like to see how they handle the speed. I would like to see how they handle the extended reps that they are getting in general. That's what I want to see. Also, what I want to see, do we stop the run? Do we stop the run? The run defense looks improved, but to be honest with you, the way that we've been playing on offense, we really ain't been tested like that. Because when you look at it, because I'll be real with y'all, right? In the games, I'm not counting the Giants game. In the games, if you really look at the numbers, they was getting ran on, right? But because they was playing from behind, they had to abandon the run. So I didn't really see. So we didn't give up like we gave up with the Bears. But to me, I'm not convinced yet. Others may be, but I'm not, because I just seen something not only in the statistics, but in the way that they was running early on in the game before they got down big. And that's the Colts, Minnesota, Damn, I'm missing another one. I'm not talking about the Giants because they did pretty good against the Giants. But there was another one. So that's a concern for me. I want to see how Dorrance Armstrong takes being ran at. That's what I want to see. I need to see my DNs holding the edge, setting the edge. The D tackles have been doing an excellent job. They've been doing an excellent job in the run game. But it's time for my DNs and my linebackers to go ahead and come up and meet that challenge as well. Which leads me to my next thing with Damon Clark. I'm interested to see how Damon Clark handles his running back against the Texans, right? Because one thing's for sure, when it comes down to taking on blocks, filling the hole, shedding blocks, Barr and Leighton Vander Esch is not that. If Leighton ain't free, it don't look good. It don't look good. Indeed. Yeah, I agree, Devin. So I want to see how Damon Clark, because you know what the Texans is going to do. The Texans is going to pound that ball. Oh, they're going to pound that ball. They got to pound that ball. You're missing Collins and you're missing Cooks. So you ain't had no chance in the passing game when you had them two. And then you got Davis Mills back. So they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to run some of that read option. He's going to have to use them legs. And where they're going to run at is at the left side with Laramie Tunsil and Kenyon Green. That's their best side of the offensive line. So you will see a heavy dose on that left side. So I would love to see, I want to see the continued growth of Damon Clark, because one thing's for sure, out of all the linebackers right now that's playing, from my evaluations, he has the best run fits. He has the best run fits. You know, it's like Leighton. You know, I remember when he first came on, I would see Damon Clark fit the hole, and then when the running back bounced out, Leighton lost contain. I'm like, what the hell? He bounced it right back to you. He did his job and he came out, and all of a sudden it's the big round. I think it was the Bears game. I think was it the Bears? Yeah, I think it was. I was like, what the hell is this? So I'm interested to see. I mean, we already know what Leighton Vander Esch gonna do. We don't need to speak on that. We been knew that he was cha-cha-cha Charmin. We been knew that he was cotton ball soft. You know, we been knew that he was we been knew that he likes the pillow fight. You know, instead of sword fight. So we been knew that. We been knew that Anthony Barr was not a traditional linebacker. We been knew that as well. So I'm not really harping and tripping on the expectations of them. I just mainly want to see, because it is what it is with them. They're going to do what they're going to do. But I just really want to see how Clark handles this, because they're going to test him a lot. But knowing what we got in Clark, he's going to be up for the challenge on that one. My next thing, I'm interested to see how Kelvin Joseph plays, how Bland plays, and how they handle the extended roles, how Nashawn Wright fits in and handles the special teams role, right? Because he's been inactive for a while. So I'm interested to see how these three guys step up to the equation. We got 2 second-year players and a first-year player in humongous roles, in roles that are determine whether you go all the way, whether you have a deep playoff run or not. There was roles that are determined if you have a deep playoff run or not. Because if these corners, the corners that I named, does not handle the extended role, at least functional, we in trouble. I ain't worried about Bland. I ain't worried about Bland. I think Bland, they did an excellent job in, you know, bringing him along. So I know he ready to step up, but he will be having an extended role. So I definitely want to see how, since the tape is on him, tendencies is going to be out there on him. Now I want to see how he responds to that film being on him more. Now I want to see how, Jerry didn't call Kelvin Joseph out. As seen in my upload that I uploaded this morning, Jerry was like, I don't remember ever hearing Jerry speak like this about a player and telling him he need a man up. I'm like, oh, that's different. He need a man up. You know what I mean? When you hear a man up, you know what I mean? Like you hear that from your owner, I mean, I remember, you would hear that from your high school coach or something, right? Hey, you need a man up. Drop your stuff and come out here and start hitting. Bring it to him. Man up. Jerry done told this grown-ass man he need a man up. He said you need to go ahead and eliminate all them distractions that you have. So evidently his distractions are very loud. Evidently he's coming in behind them closed doors and not a focused man. And that has been the reason for his play that hasn't been up to the standard of what we know that he can play. Now, the small sample that I seen last year, I know he can play. I know he can play in college. I know he can play. But when you have mental lapses, as far as technique-wise, when you're not paying attention, that's a problem. Because we know it ain't a physical thing. It's a mental thing. So you're not focusing. So we're going to need you to focus because this team going to need you more than ever now. We have lost two of our top 3 corners. You have to step up. There's no other way to put it. There ain't no maybe this. No, you have to step up. Starting tomorrow. I don't care of the quality of opponent. That makes me want it even. Now you really need to lock it down. Because you're dealing with an opponent that is not of high quality. So if you're getting dogged by an opponent not of high quality, then that's a problem. Their best receiver tomorrow will be Chris Moore. That's their best receiver for tomorrow. So we need to see that. He got him talking with his chest, man. Hey, like, man, you see this rookie coming in here showing you up. You done got a whole year of experience plus some, and you ain't manning up. And this rookie out here handling this business, man, you better get right. You better get right, family. And I ain't mad at it though, because Jerry know that this chance that we got right here is his probably best chance in a long time, y'all. This is our best chance to really go far that we've had in a long time. Now, we didn't have some good teams, but we haven't had complete teams. Yeah, we got a weakness when it comes down to run defense. But as far as top to bottom, including special teams, and now you got a returner. You got playmakers on, it looked like 3 levels of your defense now with Clark. You got a deep D line. You got a good safeties. You got a lockdown corner. You got you a number 88 that's balling now. And he has him a Robin to his Batman. and you got two explosive running backs and one of the better tight ends and one of the better quarterbacks with one of the best offensive lines in the game, anything less than a deep run is unacceptable. To me, I'm always with the mindset of championship or bust. I'm not with second place, third place. I'm not with moral victories. It's an unsuccessful season if you didn't win it all. And to be honest with you, y'all, if they don't win it all right here, that's a disappointment season. If you don't get to that bowl, I have to say that's disappointing. With the level of talent that this team possesses, and you don't get to the bowl with the pass rush that you got and your ability to run the football, and you could pass, you ain't had to have, a Tyreek Hill. You ain't got to have all these top receivers, right? When you got if you got receivers that can make plays on top of your run game, that's truly good enough. It ain't like, see, we talk about not having a third wide receiver, and I done said this on multiple occasions. It ain't like you ain't got Dalton Schultz in the passing game. It ain't like you ain't got Gallup. It ain't like you ain't got CeeDee Lamb. It ain't like you got Tony Pollard and Zeke that can catch. It ain't like you got Ferguson who ain't stepping up now. Hendershot who can make and that can do something in the pass game. You got all these weapons, including Dak's legs. No excuse. No excuse. Facts. Regardless if Kellen Moore is being pumped to run the ball, he running the ball though, right? And that's one of the things that I was going to get into next. How does Kellen Moore respond? Does Kellen Moore stick to the program tomorrow? Does he not get pass happy? Does he not try to do something different? Because we know they're going to sell out for the run. Because everybody and their mama know that Dallas Cowboys run the football. So is he going to abandon the run to think he's trying to try something? Or is he going to try to get too cute? Or is he going to stick to what good teams do, which follow the formula that works, which is running the ball and passing off of the run? Yes, we understand that sometimes you got to pass to open up the run. But I'm highly certain tomorrow you don't need a pass to open up the run. So if you're playing FanDuel tomorrow, if you got fantasy, you got them Cowboys running backs, you might want to start them. This game should be a Zeke game. This might be Zeke's best game right here. And Zeke didn't have some good games. From the teams that I've seen go against the Texans, this is a Zeke game. Yeah, Tony probably going to do his thing. I think Tony going to do his thing more in the passing game, though, this game. Yeah, he going to run the ball, but this is an Ezekiel Elliott game, right? But then you can look at it as, hey, when we get it there, if we handle our business and we able to rest Zeke, then you do that. If we can get Malik Davis to have the whole fourth quarter, then that's what we want. We should damn near 40 attempts in quarter number 3. If we just being real with the situation here, we should have damn near 40 attempts. They can't rock with us. They can't bang with us. So there's no need to be out here playing with these people. Put them to bed. Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy should be getting ready he should be texting his wife, talking about I'm coming home early at the beginning of the fourth quarter because we doing damage. We should be sitting Micah Parsons in the fourth quarter We should be sitting DeMarcus Lawrence in the fourth quarter. We should be sitting Trayvon Diggs in the fourth quarter. If I'm being honest, this team suck. They suck. I didn't even do the reason why I didn't do a film session for this team, y'all would have been bored. It would have been like the only thing they gonna do is run Pierce and play action off of it. They gonna play action. They'll mess around and play action. They're so desperate with the play action, y'all. It'll be 3rd and 20 and they'll play action. That's how desperate they is with the play action. They'll be down 50 points and still play action. That's how much they don't have. And now they don't have Cooks or Collins. This team should be demolished and demolished early because that's what championship teams do. Yeah. I stated that earlier. Washington. I definitely want to see Washington get down tomorrow. I don't expect a whole bunch, but I expect to see like, oh, okay, yeah, James gonna make a difference when he knock all that rust off and he get right. That's what I want to see from James Washington. I ain't expecting no 10 catches for 200 yards. I'm expecting something like, oh, okay, James Washington, when he's right, he gonna bring another dimension and really help this passing attack. He gonna make that play when, because like I said, in the playoffs, there's always that, or even in tight games, there's always that extra, that complimentary player that comes up big. That might have to be James Washington. So if that's the case, James Washington need to be spending these next few weeks to get in form. You done had plenty of time to get ready. Now it's time to put up or shut up. He should feel disrespected that they was trying to get Odell Beckham as the third wide receiver. I know I would. Hold up. You brought me in to be that receiver to compliment your top two. And you're going to go ahead and bring Odell? Nah, I'll be disrespected. I'll be showing Jerry old ass. Hey, look, old man. I don't know what you was doing with old Odell, but I'm that guy. You know? What's going on, Lo? So the discipline of the offense, the discipline of the defense, right? Because one thing I'm tired of seeing, y'all, is the undisciplined play of the front seven in regards to stopping the run. I'm really tired of that, y'all. I really am. Because a lot of our run deficiency doesn't come from a lack of talent. Because we got the talent. And I always say that because I don't know if y'all might be like, hey, you just be dissing Layton. I do. I be dissing the hell out of Layton because there's no reason why you 6'4", 6'5", damn near 260 pounds, cotton soft. There's no reason why you should be that cotton soft. Just think if we had Layton smacking stuff. But then a part of it is the responsibility of him being the Mike linebacker because he's just a big old will linebacker, y'all. He's just a big old weak side linebacker, y'all. He's not a Mike. Because one thing that I had to go back and look that I evaluated was that first year when Jalen, was pretty much, that Mike, that's when he had his best year. When he was able to free around, run and hit, make plays. We thought Leighton was going to be the next Sean Lee. But he was. Just in a bad way, if you get what I'm saying. You think they keeping Turpin off? Man, you know what? It's crazy that you say that, though, Devin. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, maybe they keeping Turpin and keeping it in the back pocket so they won't show their hand because they might run the mess out of them in the playoffs. I thought that same thing. They didn't want to go ahead because that's what they wanted to do when they came out here returning kicks, which I believe he gonna get in one this game. I think he gonna get in one this game. This got to be the game because it probably punt like they gave up last week with Peoples-Jones. But I'm thinking the same thing. Maybe they just not showing their hand. Maybe they got like a handful to 10 plays for them. They're going to use them more at wide receiver. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. They like, you know what, the way that we play it right now, there's no need to go ahead and expose this thing so the team can have film when we're going to hit them by surprise in games that matter. I thought that same thing. I ain't gonna lie. I did, but I'm like, damn, we got 17 games though. But I'm not gonna lie. I thought the games that we was gonna have, especially toward this stretch, would be tougher. And they're not. If people remember when we was talking before, I thought the Colts game was gonna be a tough game. That wasn't the case. The Vikings wasn't no tough game. The Giants wasn't no tough game. The Bengals was only tough because we didn't have our quarterback. The toughest game that we had was Tampa. It wasn't Philly. It wasn't Green Bay. It was Tampa. That was your toughest game. When they was healthy, that was their toughest game. Now, Callaway, I know he's been out for quite some time. I'm hoping that he can give us some production because I know that Callaway can bring another dimension to this team. I know he can. We might see one thing. I got to go ahead. Look, man, I know we be hard on the Joneses. But you got to admit that this year there was a step ahead. How so? I'll tell you so. Safeties. The depth that they have shown at safety. Got a whole bunch of good depth at safety. They collected bodies on the D-line. They drafted linebackers not only for the future, but that's filling in for right now. Clark. Now, I don't know what's going on with Cox. Maybe that might be a miss. Maybe he just need a little bit more time. I don't know. You might got your Mike linebacker and the Oklahoma State dude because he for sure smack stuff. That's looking for the future. That's looking for your pockets because you understand that we got to pay CD. We got to pay Micah. We got to pay Diggs. We got to pay Osa. We got to get ready to pay Steele. I don't know what they're going to do with TP. I'm in the middle, even though I love TP, I'm in the middle with that. Because a running back come a dime a dozen now. So maybe they're like, we're going to go cheap at this linebacker position. We got the fill-ins for safety. We rolling with Kelvin Joseph in them. Look with Deron Bland in them. Deron Bland, Deshaun Wright, and Kelvin Joseph, all who gonna have a big role from here on out. Now let's look at the offensive side. We like, damn, did we really find a replacement for Tyron Smith? People thought it was Tyler Smith, but to this day, I still think it's Matt Waletzko. I still think that Tyler Smith is going to left guard, and Matt Waletzko is your left tackle for the future. There's no way that you draft that man right there. That's David Bakhtiari for this team. And we know that Mike McCarthy loves to throw his athletic tackles to guard to make that position even more athletic. And Tyler Smith at guard with his athleticism is crazy. He already got the good athleticism to go ahead and knock out these DNs, but to put that level of athleticism and strength inside is crazy. I admire how they stuck with Steele. They seen something in Steele, and him being put in the fire like he was Peebo Bryson got you to a Pro Bowl right tackle. Now, Cooper Rush. I mean, I don't know. You know, the kicker. We were like, God damn, what the hell? Look at the kicker them balling. We talk about a returner. We got that. The only thing that you could say is maybe depth at wide receiver. But they actually did try that. However, I don't think it's worked out. Tolbert, Houston, Fajoku. I don't think that their investments as far as the complementary wide receivers from 3 to 5 worked out. We know Noah Brown, his position as a number 4 to 5 wide receiver, we know that's cemented. I can always count on Noah Brown to be that good number 4 to 5 wide receiver. I can always count on him. But I can't count on him to be my consistent top 3. But they've been trying to address that. I don't know why, but I keep thinking that the Texans get ready to release Cooks. And hopefully they do it soon. You know? They understood. See, and the coach, but then I can't get mad because they did a wonderful job of prepping for the future and now. It's just not, it's not every day that you get to have a Seattle situation as far as having a dominant team from top to bottom. And we almost got that. You know, we maybe like we missing a little bit of wide receivers though, but you can't really say we have too many weaknesses other than, you know, a little bit of linebacker and the complimentary wide receiver. That's your only weaknesses of this team. Because we came in with corner debt, but we took a blow, you know, and now the young guys got to step up. And they got to show that they're going to step up by tomorrow. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, but with that Eagles game evaluation, I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely 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 see that. But you know, we can't come out sleepwalking. You got to come out prepared. Got to come out hitting. Just got to put them away. Because we could damn near use this as another mini bye week. You know? But when you come in not taking them seriously, you're not coming in, you didn't prepare. You didn't prepare like you was playing the Eagles or whatever, or the Vikings, the Colts. When you come in and take this team lightly, you're going to allow this team to play with you when they should not even play with you. They don't even deserve to be on the same field as you. They don't even deserve to be on the same field as you, let alone play with you. And that'll be horrible. Because y'all know tomorrow, you let that team, you let them Texans play with them. Off of them not coming out to play. Off of them just being sloppy. Oh, I'm gonna let them have it. Oh, I'm gonna let them have it. And the cool thing about that, Lo, this man got benched for Kyle Allen for 2 games. He got benched. You know how bad you got to be playing to get benched by Kyle Allen? And Kyle Allen cannot hold on to the football whatsoever. I think Kyle Allen, like Davis Mills, you know, he's not as terrible as some may seem. He's not, you know, but as far as the expectations of him tomorrow, he shouldn't do anything because he don't have no talent. If you allow this team to see the only thing that you should be concerned about is the run defense. Because if they allow this team to establish the run, oh, you win for a game. But that's gonna really piss me off. To allow this team to run the football on me at will and I can't do nothing about it. And I'm just hoping this team. Oh man, that's gonna man, they better not allow that to happen. They better not allow that to happen at all. They better. Oh my gosh. God. I'm because you know tomorrow, if they can, they want to give Pierce 30, they want to get him the ball 30 times. Got to watch out for them tight ends tomorrow, even though they're not that good. You know, there's some mediocre tight ends, though. But that's where that play action come in. They play action across to the tight ends, though. And anything with Chris Moore that I seen, it was toward the sideline. So we got to be wary of that. Got to. But then I'm like, damn, okay. We stacked the box. And what if Kelvin Joseph BSing? You know, I got my eye on Kelvin Joseph. Because if he BSing tomorrow and they stack the box and they end up being in some one-on-one, because one thing's for sure, y'all, with Kelvin Joseph playing at his best, one-on-one, very comfortable with that. Very comfortable playing one-on-one. Because that's what he does best. But if he playing tomorrow, because you know who they're gonna put him on him. You know they're gonna try to put, either more I think Dorsett on. I think Dorsett playing tomorrow. You know they're gonna throw that on him. And you know they're gonna put Malik Collins on McGovern. Malik Collins is gonna try to have a hell of a game tomorrow. You know how they try to do against Dallas. They try to, act like they home records or something. But hey, you got to watch out for Malik Collins getting up the field. We know Malik Collins was pretty much our Neville Gallimore. He was either hot or he was either cold. I'll be honest with you, I never really liked him. I never really liked Malik Collins. And I'm gonna be honest with you again. I'm an Oklahoma fan, and I don't really like Neville Gallimore too much. Because he did the same thing that he's doing now is the same thing he did at Oklahoma. You are who you are. Hot or cold. Talented player when you get, I don't know what is going on, whether I don't know if it's just him, the motor, or I don't know what it is. You would think that it was scheme because he was playing in that 3-down lineman situation in Oklahoma. But now he's in a 4-down lineman situation. And he's still BSing. Man, I don't know, man. But one thing that I always look at when I look at this film, the difference that Jonathan Hankins makes And the inside, like the inside was already playing good with Bohannon. But you had to know that eventually Bohannon was going to wear it down by him being the only nose guard on the team. So with Bohannon and Hankins able to keep both of them big boys fresh, with Osa, man, that I didn't see a little bit more motivation from Osa when it comes down to squeezing down on them guards and centers. Like them boys is really fighting in there. If y'all go back to my film session when I was talking about the interior D line, them boys really be fighting in there. I'm like, damn, I see you. Sometimes also don't even be seeing what's going on in front of them. But he just know that it's my job to go ahead and keep this gap, squeeze you down. He like, at this one time, he couldn't even see. The dude had it like this, and he just squeezing him down, and he ended up making a play on accident. Oh, like, that's how you know that boy fighting. That's how you know he fighting. I was like, go ahead then, man. This team play for one each other. This team like each other. This team know the goal. I guess one of the best things that happened to this team was getting their ass beat last year in the playoffs because it gave them a priority of physicality. It gave them a priority of getting players who thrive in being physical. Even though Leighton doesn't fit that mold of physicality, right? But still, you got players who are physical. With your O-line, with your D-line, got a couple linebackers. Even Kelvin Joseph, when he balling, he's strong and physical. Diggs, Diggs can get up in there and get in your face. You got safeties who smack. You got a physical wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb in your offensive line. And you got a physical running back. And you got a big-ass quarterback. So physicality that was definitely met. But also, even though you may have the physical thing, because, Dalton Schultz missed that, that's why they go get Ferguson. Physicality is also a mentality. So they instilled in the mentality of being physical, and now you can see in the run game, as far as on the offensive wise. But I'm telling y'all, I'm thinking that they're going to have a Colts-like playoffs. And what I mean by that is it was bad against the run in the season. But in the off season, in the playoff season, they picked it up and they got that ring. Now, I don't want to speak too soon, but y'all, I'm ready to get one on the other finger now. I'm ready to get one on the other finger now. I ain't trying to keep these one and dones, and I'm ready to go deep. It was the last straw when I seen the Rams get back to the Super Bowl, and when I seen the Bengals get back to the Super Bowl, and I seen the Browns making it to the playoffs. I knew that was the last straw. I said, there is no way that I'm about to continue to keep going through this season of mediocrity. No way. So I was like, something got to change. So let's hope this year is that year. Because ain't no way I'm about to see Joe Burrow back in the Super Bowl before I even smell that thing. You got the owner, you got the players, you got the quarterback, you got everything you need. You got the coaching. Coaches coach, players play. Now it's time to get it done. There's no excuse no more. People, and they still against you though, because you know why? In the back of their mind, they thinking, man, no matter how good these Cowboys is in the season, when it comes to playoffs, they're going to choke. That's in the back of every commentator's mind. That's in the back of everybody's mind. It don't matter what's going on, they still going to choke. So it's up to this year, as stated in the other live, legacy. Dak, you want people to take you serious? Win. Win. You got championship caliber coaches. Dan Quinn gets to the championship, got a championship. Mike McCarthy got to the championship. You got high level coaching, championship experience, winning experience. Everybody done got playoff experience. Now it's time to perform. It's time to perform. You have all the ingredients. Being young is not an excuse. Being young should be on our side. Did you see Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow use that excuse of being young? No, they didn't. They was there for the moment. They was there for the moment. So, as much as Dak is starting to improve and creating, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, Lo. I agree. And Dak with Trav. I agree. I agree. I agree. Because that's what the eyes is on. The eyes is on not only our cornerback situation, the run game situation, but the Kellen Moore situation. Them is the three important things that has to be taken care of tomorrow. You're lucky enough to have these type of games to work on you to continue to be consistent, to show up. One of the biggest tests that you're gonna have in a running game is coming up in a couple of games. That Titans game, that's gonna really test that. So we're gonna have all kind of tests. You're gonna have the Philly test, the Titans test, the Jaguars test, the can you wake up tomorrow and handle business tests? You got all these tests. You don't win against these good wide receivers. We know how you are against the passing attack. But now it's time to get tested with some real physical football, intimidating football, some real lean on you football, and see how you respond defensive wise. Because adversity, you still got a lot of season left. So there's going to be some adversity that you got to go ahead and overcome. It ain't over yet. You still got a long way to go. You know, can't assume anything. You still got to play to win a game. You could mess around and don't win another game. So you gotta. So adversity is what we have been overcoming since the beginning of the season, and good teams continue to find a way to overcome adversity. Because that's one thing this football thing about. Through the ups and the downs, do you remain the same? Do you overcome it? Do you grow from it? Do you build on it? That's what this football thing about. Do you correct? Do you make adjustments? Are you man enough? Are you better than them? Is your technique better than them? Do you want it more than them? That's what it comes down to. You know? And if they love to play the game like they say they do, this is going to be a hell of a ride this season. Facts. 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 Once they put that tempo up, once they started coming with it, they folded because we know Philly is not a second half team. You know, they talk about the Cowboys talk about starting quicker. The Phillies start quicker, but the Philly talk about finishing. But one thing Dallas Cowboys don't have a problem with is finishing. You work on your quicker starts right here. It don't matter who you playing. They still an NFL team. Every game, anybody can get it. There's no assumption on you're going to handle business. You must show that you can handle business. And I hope that they're not looking forward to the Philly game, even though we do, because we can do that. We're not playing. So we can go ahead and look to the Philly game. Yes, we enjoy it week by week, but everybody named mama know. Everybody up in this chat know. On December 24th, we got that thing circled on the calendar. We want all the smoke. So, yeah. And I hope that they're not looking ahead to that game and they continue to take it one game, one play at a time. What Mike McCarthy say? Win the play. That's all it is. That's all football is. Did you win the play? Did you make the plays when it's necessary? Did you not destruct yourself? Big players make big plays in big games. And we have some big-time players who can make big plays in big games. We got big-time players that when we in a jam, that can go ahead and make that play to go ahead and overcome the situation. One thing that I like and I'm proud of is the growth and development of CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had a lot of pressure on him to perform early on. People was down on him. But he continued to fight through it and stick with it. And now he's playing like one of the best wide receivers in the league, like we know he is. He's showing you, now we're starting to see the real CD of him breaking tackles. He had run after the catch, CeeDee Lamb. We seen him hand the ball off to CeeDee Lamb. I'm like, that's the CeeDee Lamb. And I'm gonna tell you some more. The cool thing about it is there's some more of it, though. There's another level that CD can raise to. This ain't even the level that he's at. This is just a stepping stone. There's another level of it. So they continue to challenge each other to go over it. People think, oh, because CD is not outspoken like Dez and Michael Irvin, I don't need CD to be that. I need CD to be a dog on the field. Right? I need dogs on the field. We already got Micah doing all the talking for us. We already got Lawrence ass doing all the talking for us. We already got Dak saying the same things. We already got Zeke and Pollard doing all these interviews. I need you to put up or shut up. That's what I need. I don't need anything else. I need you to be you. You embrace that 88 culture, and now you have raising your game in that. And you could possibly be the best 88 to ever put on that 88 jersey when it's all said and done. You can be. And we didn't have some excellent 88s that put on that jersey. So it's time to raise it up. It ain't like you a rookie. You ain't a rookie no more. You done been under the Amari Cooper. You done been on all that. Like Amari said before the season, I knew he was ready when in the Vikings, he said he ready for it. He wanted that. But he was like, nah, young man. This is for me. Yeah, I've been new. He said he been new. So I just wanted to see some more, but just keep building on this thing, man. Keep winning games, man. You know, when I go get cut up at the barbershop, right? And the cool thing about it is I get cut up by a Niner fan, though, right? When I go up in there, I'm going to tell you what it sound like. It sound like the congregation when the pastor is praying. Complete silence. It sounds like their public school library when they say shh. Sound like a library or something. Why so quiet, young man? Oh, because the Dallas Cowboys is winning. You know? And the cold thing about it is, when he be speaking wet on my Dallas Cowboys he don't get no tip. He don't get no tip when he speak wet on the Cowboys. I go ahead and keep that extra $5 to $10 in my pocket. Yeah. He don't get tipped. When you speak wet on them Cowboys, you don't get tips. You just get what you're charging. You know. Gotta love it, man. You know, these people hate when the Dallas Cowboys win, man. They don't know what to do. The only thing that they're gonna say is they hope that we can win. We lose week by week, and they hoping that we lose early in the playoffs so they can continue to talk. But right now, they so mad they can't even talk. And the cold thing about it is the teams that's talking, how dare you talk? How dare you talk? How dare you speak about my Dallas Cowboys in that manner? And your team, hot garbage. You ought to be ashamed of yourself to ever. But the cool thing about it is these people really want to be Dallas Cowboys, though. It's not my fault that you chose wrong in life. I always say when I meet somebody, I say, hey, what team you like? Because I can tell if you make good decisions in life or not. And they tell me that team, I said, oh, I can't do business with you. You don't make good decisions in life. You don't make good decisions in life. Look at the team that you choose to root for. You ought to be saying, well, I couldn't help it. Yes, you can. You're a grown man now. You knew you was dealing with losers. Only winners get wings, as Demaryius Thomas would say. Only winners get wings. I'll be on them though, y'all. But shoot, I appreciate y'all for coming. I'm ready to watch this fight. Get ready to enjoy this fight, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all, please hit that like button for me, man. And you already know, man, we're going to be coming present tomorrow, man. Like we out here, you know what I mean, going to class. But all right, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday, man. Get y'all minds right because we get ready to do big things. And till next time, y'all.